What's going on, guys? In this video, somebody on TikTok, as always, decided to talk about women in sports and sports politics. So, you already know I had to jump on that real quick. Here's my 2 cents. Let's go.
The truth.
No Nuance November, but it's women in sports. There's no sound logic as to why women shouldn't be able to play in the MLB. It's a non-contact sport.
This statement is historically, scientifically, and genetically incorrect. For those of you who don't know, MLB stands for Major League Baseball. It's the National Baseball League in America. The top tier, professional in America. This league has historical phenomenons, and you've probably heard some of the names, especially if you're American or Canadian, as their household names. The list of historical figures in the MLB's history consists of, but is not limited to, George Herman Ruth Jr., commonly known as Babe Ruth, Jackie Roosevelt Robinson, commonly known as just Jackie Robinson, and he was the first African-American to compete in the league, Eddie Robinson, and the list goes on. Now, back to the point this person made, saying that a woman should be able to compete in the MLB. A woman cannot genetically compete with a man in baseball, and here's why. Throughout history, men have been the hunters out of the women and men. There was a great discovery made by a man named Charles Darwin, and this discovery is named survival of the fittest. And what survival of the fittest is it's a genetical process. Basically, animals adapt throughout years to be able to have the genetics they need to survive. In this case, male humans have carried on speed and endurance, as throughout history, they've had to chase their prey, walk many miles for their prey, run many miles for their prey for that matter, and so on. Therefore, a man is genetically different than a woman in that aspect. Men are genetically made to be faster and be able to endure more than a woman can. An example of this is fastest man alive, Usain Bolt, and fastest woman alive, Shelly Ann Fraser. Usain Bolt ran a 100-meter, also known as a 109.4 yard, dash in 19.77 seconds. Shelly Ann Fraser, 10.78 seconds. That's a 1 second difference. Men, as I've just said, are made to endure more and be faster than women. Therefore, it'd be almost unfair to put men and women to compete against each other in sports where genetics could affect the outcome of the game or just the game in general.
One of the largest wage gaps that we have to this day in this country is sports. The average WNBA player makes $79,000, while their counterparts in the NBA make $7 million.
This statement is financially correct and incorrect. The WNBA is not wealthy enough to give its players as much money as the NBA. Why is that? Advertising. It doesn't make enough money a season to advertise. Why is that? It is not nearly as competitive as the NBA. Again, genetics. Most of the time, men are taller, stronger, faster, and can jump higher. With that, the NBA is more competitive. It's also more fun to watch while they perform at a very intense level. And on average, the NBA funds $10 million towards the WNBA for their loss of money every season.
Play sports. Major rappers and celebrities who worship the NBA but don't keep that same energy for the WNBA only push the notion that women's sports are worse and are one of the major problems with sports.
Yes, because they have their own opinions. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean everyone else has to follow that. The WNBA, let's be honest, is not fun to watch. Of course, there aren't going to be many rappers and celebs who watch the WNBA. They're all friends with NBA players, right? The NBA players know other NBA players and they know other celebrities. The WNBA doesn't have that. of course the rappers and all these people are going to support the fun to watch conference. Obviously they are.
Women don't like watching the NFL because there's absolutely no female representation.
I don't know if I'm a minority, but I've never heard a woman say they don't like watching the NFL because there's no female representation. I guarantee you, if a woman went D1 level at a top team in NCAA, put up the stats to be in the NFL, did better than other players at her position, there would not be an NFL team saying, I would draft her, but she's a woman, so I'm not going to. Guarantee you that wouldn't be the scenario.
No representation.
Along the same lines, it's 2020 and men still aren't making room for women in sports.
Wrong again. Again, just like I said, the NBA is putting in $10 million towards the WNBA every season because the WNBA is losing an average of $10 million every season.
The only room that they have made is to report on them or cheer for them.
How dumb can you be? That is how advertising works. That's free advertising. If ESPN reports how great a woman is in WNBA, it's going to turn more heads, which is going to get them more attention, which means more money. At the end of the day, I think women need to put in the work to get what they want. It's not men's fault women's sports aren't popular. The WNBA could advertise. They could host showcase events. They could put in the work, but they would rather complain. The NBA had no one to get funding from when they started. They had no one to get help from when they started. Look where they are now. The WNBA does, and they're still not successful. That's their fault. And if you're a woman watching this, and you want to go pro in any sport, the window for opportunity, it's always open. I think you can and you will succeed if you put in the work to do so. And there's a first for everything, so be that first. All right, that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, comment. It helps the video and the algorithm to get more views. Subscribe for more videos like these. Turn on post notifications to be the first to know when I make these videos. It's Tuesday. Have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next video. Stay great. Side note, I will put the websites that I got my information from and all this in the description if you want to check those out. Yeah. Thanks for watching.